this is Kim, your local Tupperware lady. Today we're visiting in Red Oak, Iowa, and my guest for today is Sandy Reich, owner of the Java Joint, one of the best coffee houses you can ever go to. The best coffee I've had, I highly recommend the Caramelicious. It's delicious. Sandy, I wanted to start today with our interview. Before we do a recipe, we're also going to show you guys how to make an amazing fruit dip with some beautiful fruit kebabs that Sandy has put together. And what we'd like to do is start off with a quick little interview about Sandy and where you've been. Sandy, what brought you to Red Oak, Iowa?
This is where all of our children were left. We have three children, 17 of our 19 grandchildren, and 19 of our great-grandchildren, and I now have one great-great-grandchild.
Oh, wow, congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
So what made you decide to open Java Joint?
I've had 3 restaurants in Texas in different locations. I love to cook. I love to talk. I get talking too much. I get talking with my hands. But the main thing is I love to cook. And the kids, now that the kids are older, because they were all raised around my restaurants, they knew how to wait tables and everything when they could barely see over the top of them.
Oh.
And but then they got older and they've been pushing, Mom, we need to do a restaurant again. Mom, I think we need a restaurant again, Mom. Well, finally, Mom caved in, and here we are, at Java Joint.
Well, I tell you, I've enjoyed today. We got to eat some of your ribs.
Yeah, thank you.
It's Sandy's anniversary. Been in business for a year.
1 year today, we opened our doors and sold our first cup of coffee.
Wow. That's a big deal. I'm glad we were here today to celebrate with you.
Too.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I tell you guys, if you ever get a chance to come down here and eat, she had a buffet today. And I think on your website, what's your website address?
It's a Facebook web.
And guys, my group members at Kim's Tupperware Party, Sandy, we've added her to the group, so we're anxious to have Sandy and anybody she invites to come join our group. You can see a link for Sandy there, and as we do more shows, I'll be also mentioning Sandy. Come down here to the Java Joint, take a road trip, about an hour and 20 minutes from Omaha. Well worth it. It's a great town, and she makes a mean rib, let me tell you. I was enjoying every mouthful of it. Sandy, also, what would you say is your most memorable event that you've done as far as catering or running a business?
The most memorable?
Mm-hmm.
A scared girl that was doing catering out of my restaurant in Flower Bluff, Texas. A nice big restaurant that we had leased. And I was approached to do a Mexican wedding reception. Well, I was very used to cooking for 50 to 100 people at church. It was no big deal. Oh, sure, I'll do it. Yeah, sure, okay. And they started giving me a list of what they wanted. I thought, man, that's a lot of food. How many are we having at this? About 400.
400? Now, that's a strong businesswoman.
It was about 400, and they had heard that I did complete catering. So I did the food, I did the flowers, I did the decorations, I did the cakes.
Wow.
A lot of the men helped with the barbecue because they were bringing barbecue grills in from everywhere. The whole parking lot was full of barbecue grills, and I was going from one to the next, checking on the meat. And the guys were right behind me to make sure that fire was just right. It had to be just right. And I did it, all of it, except for one thing.
What?
Well, the bride came to me and wanted to know if it was going to hurt my feelings any if her grandma helped. And I said, well, of course not. What does she want to do? And I wasn't thinking cooking. I was thinking more like maybe decorations, help with the bride's flowers and stuff, because she knew I was making those. No, she wanted to make the homemade tamales.
Oh, wow.
This little old lady made tamales for over 400 people, and she was 96 years old. No one was allowed in her kitchen except to carry the tubs of tamales out to the warmers to keep them warm.
Good gracious.
She did it all by herself for over 400 people. The bride's cake, the wedding cake, was 5 tiers, and it was a champagne cake.
Wow.
And then I had 2 great big groom's cakes. So, yeah.
That was quite a story.
It was an amazing night. The dancing, everything. And of course, your wedding reception, you're probably going to have a few drinks. Well, the tequila was flowing very freely that night.
Oh, man.
And Grandma did her shots with the lime and salt right along with the boys. She had it made.
That sounds like a good time was had by all.
It was a beautiful, beautiful wedding. Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
And, it was an experience. I hired high school girls, and they helped serve. I dressed them in black pants, white shirts, and black ties. And we were there for, the serving started at 6, and I think I got home somewhere around 3:30 in the morning.
Wow, that's a long work day.
And I didn't even do the cleanup.
Good gracious.
Nope, I didn't even do the cleanup.
But just think of the impact that you and your business and your food had on that family. I bet you gave them a lot of good memories for their wedding.
I hope so, because I really got educated on that one, and it just made me hungry for more. So, and I love to cook. I love people. I talk too much.
There's no such thing as talking too much. Anybody that knows me, or my co-star Abby, who couldn't be here today, I forgot to mention that. Hi, Abby. You can never talk too much.
Well, some people tell me I can.
They're just jealous. That was an amazing story. Thank you for sharing it with us. Also, I was going to ask, what are your future plans for Java Joint? What do you plan to do here in Red Oak?
I would love to see Java Joint grow so big that we outgrow this building. But on the other hand, I love the coziness, the comfortable atmosphere that Java Joint presents. And that's something I'm very strict about. It's like coming home to Grandma's house.
Absolutely.
I do not do fast foods. I don't like fast foods. I do healthy foods, just roast beef and the whole trimmings to go with it, a baked ham dinner, smothered pork chops, stuff like that, not deep fried foods. And the coffees, I was scared to death to learn those coffees, and I got put in a position where I had to learn how to make the coffees. Well, I learned how to make the coffees and the smoothies, and everybody seems to really like them.
I do. They're delicious.
So now I'm excited now that the summertime's here, though, because I can get all the fresh fruits. And I use a lot of fruit in my smoothies and stuff. So,
well, I want to tell you too, on that note, I have a fridge keeper with Tupperware if you ever need help keeping those fresh fruits fresh longer.
Oh, well, I can sure use that.
We might have to give Sandy a parting gift with a fresh Tupperware fridge mate keeper so that you can try it. And I'll show you one when we get together next time. I didn't bring one today, but we actually have people that have kept strawberries for 3 to 4 weeks without molding.
Oh, wow, mine don't.
That's unheard of.
Mine don't last that long.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you one, and you try it, and I want you to report back to us, and
that'll be good.
Let us know if it extends your strawberries and saves you money. And I know as a business owner, we need to pinch every penny we can.
Yeah. And prices aren't going down.
No. And but if we can save money, and maybe we can help each other with our businesses, I'll help you save money on fruit. Yeah. We'll keep the price of that coffee down so that we can keep enjoying it.
That would be nice. That would be nice. We do go through a lot of coffee. So I do the flavored coffees and seasonal too. And two of the most favorite ones is the Jamaican Me Crazy. Ooh. And now I've gotten the vanilla buttercream, and the girls all love that. I have several groups of ladies that come in every week, and part of them will drink their flavored coffee, and part of them will have their regular and their homemade cinnamon rolls and everything. So,
I'll tell you, homemade cinnamon rolls. Guys, I might be in Red Oak for a little bit longer today. All right. Well, Sandy, this has been thank you so much for having us down here, and such a gracious host.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a break for a few minutes, and we're going to do our recipe and show you guys how Sandy does her recipes and show you her coffee area. at Java Joint, and I wanted to show you where the coffee is made. And they also make homemade root beer floats, take you back to your retro childhood like many of us love. And they have root beer or orange. And they also have smoothies, and they have a smoothie of the week. Please go to Facebook and look for Java Joint and give them a like to support their business. And you can also see what smoothie of the week is featured. And you can come get a root beer float or an orange float and visit with Sandy and tell her that you saw her on our show or that you saw her on her Facebook page. And I was looking at her great equipment. She has this amazing coffee equipment and grinders. She fresh grinds her coffee daily, as you'll never get old coffee here. Sandy's going to show you how to make her amazing fruit dip. 3 ingredients. Really quick for a food day at work or emergency company coming over and you need something fast. Pull out your Power Chef by Tupperware. Couple of pulls with the handle and you've got this ready to go when your company's there with some quick fruit sliced up or any kind of thing you want to dip with it. Sandy, would you like to show us how to make it?
Sure. First of all, you need 32 ounces of yogurt, plain yogurt. Light yogurt is what I use. You need 8 ounces of whipped topping, and you need 1 box of instant pudding. Most of the time I use vanilla, but I have used other flavors. And it's very simple. You dump all the ingredients together and you mix them up, chill them for 30 minutes, and you've got a great fruit dip. And a little bit later I'll tell you what else you can do with it. First of all, you want to add your yogurt to a bowl, or as it is your little chef maker thing here. I'm an old-time Tupperware girl, and this is total new equipment to me. I've never seen anything like this.
What do you think of that Tupperware spatula?
I like it. I like it. I like one that's not wimpy. I can't do wimpy.
And that one, the handle cut, the head of it will come off so that you can wash it.
Sweet.
And you can use it as an ice your cakes.
I almost messed our recipe up. Then you put in your pudding. And you don't have to stir it yet. Put your pudding in. Then you put in your 8 ounces of whipped topping, and again, most of the time I use light, but come on, not all the time. Kind of depends on what kind of fruit I'm serving with this or what I'm doing with it. Because like I said, I can tell you something else to do with it that makes it even more versatile. Okay, good luck. Go. Right.
Look at there, Sandy, how easy it is to put the blade in the Power Chef.
That's easy enough, and even for an old person like me.
And then you take that on and click it. See?
Just like that.
And then you take that handle there and give it a little curl.
Do I do a rootin' on it?
Yeah, a little rootin' on it.
All right, let's see.
Look at that thing go. That's Tupperware magic. Is that easy to pull?
It is.
Wow, look at that. Go through that pudding.
Take a look and see what the results are.
That looks delicious.
Want a sample?
Yes, please.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Before I taste it, Sandy, you mentioned there were some other things that we could do with this dip. You want to tell us about it?
Yes. 2 things that besides serving it with fresh fruit, 2 things that I do with this is very simple. One of them is making a fruit salad. And I do my fruit salad the Southern way. You take an apple, wash it good, don't peel it, cut it in quarters, core it, and then dice it up small. Set it, you put a tablespoon of sugar and a tablespoon of vanilla. Stir it up good and set it aside. Then you can either use all different kinds of fresh fruit, or you can, if you're in a rush, use a can of fruit cocktail, a couple of bananas sliced up in there, maybe half a can of mandarin oranges, and make sure you drain them all good. And then by that time your apples have marinated in this vanilla and this sugar, and you take and you stir it all together.
Ooh,
put it in the refrigerator and forget it for 30 minutes if you can.
If you can, that's the key.
Right. The other recipe I do, and this is one that my husband really loves, is I will either make or cheat and go buy, depends on how much time I have, an angel food loaf. Not the round cake. I get like a pound loaf. And I slice it and I lay it in my 9 by 13 pan. And I put this, half of a recipe of this over the top. Then I take blueberry pie filling.
Oh man.
Mainly because you can't get fresh blueberries very often during the year. But blueberry pie filling, spread it out good, then put the remainder of this on top, and then take some vanilla wafers.
Oh, it's good.
And crumble them up real good and just coat the top of it with vanilla wafers. Again, put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to an hour if you can. And it's fantastic. It's a fast food. I don't like fast foods. It's a fast recipe, an easy recipe, a simple recipe that I started out teaching my great-granddaughters how to make.
Oh, what a memory, guys. That's what food does. It reminds you of things in your family, things in the past. You taste something, it takes you back to your grandmas and like you were talking about with your granddaughters. And that's what we love about having restaurants and owning our businesses and Tupperware, is that I get to be a part of that and you get to be a part of that, and that's pretty amazing. Try this with your Power Chef, and guys, do us a favor. When we air this and and you're watching it, go on and comment. Tell us what you think about the recipe.
I would love to hear the comments.
And tell us some variations that you've come up with, and be a part of sharing different traditions, and send some pictures of you making this at home with your kids. And I think we'd all enjoy seeing all the different things we could do, and I know Sandy would enjoy seeing everybody use her recipe. Well, thank you again, Sandy, and I can't wait to taste it.
This looks amazing.
This is so good. Guys, you have to try this. This is amazing. I could eat this by itself. I can't imagine with the fruit going with it. Your guests will be raving, especially if they get to watch you do it in the Power Chef. It's entertainment and it's food for your entertaining people. Well, thank you, Sandy. This has been amazing.
You're welcome.
Guys, please come down to Red Oak, Iowa to Java Joint and visit Sandy and her team and get a taste of some good old home cooking, some coffee, a smoothie, and if you're really lucky, she might be serving fruit dip that day. She's also available for your catering needs. If you if you have a party, or graduation's over, I think, but any weddings or anything coming up, please give her a call. She'll bring a lot of good food, and I guarantee you will not have no complaints at all. Thank you again, Sandy.
Thank you.